Get ready, because we're about to tango into this next episode.
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies.
All right, you guys, welcome on into this episode of To The Point with Kristyn Burtt. We are so excited you're here. And guess who else we are excited to see? Ekaterina Fedosova is in studio with us today. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm delighted to be here.
So excited to have you. And I kind of like this old school Madonna throwback you picked. It's a good one.
She's the best.
She is the best. And, I have to tell you, and I was telling you this a little earlier, but I have had so many requests for you lately over the last 5-6 weeks. People slide into my DMs and they're like, this is who I want to see on the show. And I was like, I know. So I'm glad we were able to make this happen. And I know you've had a really busy couple of weeks too. So how are you feeling after this kind of roller coaster of a few weeks?
It feels great. It feels great. It was very exciting to do a performance with Derek on the Today Show. And now I'm back to a normal routine and creative vibe. So a lot of exciting new projects I'm working on. Very excited.
When you come off of something really big, a national, what everybody watches, how do you get back into a normal routine? That's what I always want to know, because you have to kind of settle in and just be process what you've just done, because it's exciting. But then you do have to get back to the studio and back to normal life.
That's right. Yes, it's over years being, a performer, you feel like you go from 110 to very, very calm, because you need to have this extreme highlights to fulfill yourself as a performer. It's very important. And then you need time for yourself. You need to recharge your battery. And what I love to do, I love to go to spa, a Korean spa or Russian bath, where I just spend day by myself. And it gives me a perspective, and it cleans me, and I feel very, very good and
Sounds
recharged.
good, actually. A day away from the cell phone, the laptop, social media, everything.
Exactly. Yes, you can't use a cell phone, so it's perfect.
That's amazing. I love that. You're another one of my Russian ballroom dancers here. I feel like I've had so many through here. What's going on in Russia? No, we know that you guys have a long, incredible history with dance, of course. What inspired you to start dancing?
I think I had no choice, because my oldest sister, she was a dancer. She's still she's still a dancer, and it's very interesting. We both she's 3 years older than me, and our mom took her to dance classes, and I was 3 at the time, and I would be there just waiting for her with my mom. And after a while I was waiting, and it's, I want to dance too. I asked my mom why I want to dance too. Why I don't, I want to try. And my mom asked our coach, my sister coach at that time, she's another one. Can she try? And he's like, no, she's too little. She's 3. And in Russia, they don't want to babysit you. They want to create champions.
They're just ready to train you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
So I had to wait for 3 years until I finally entered the class.
So around 6 is kind of where they start. That's interesting. It's kind of around the age you really start focusing in on school too. So were you right away into ballroom, or did you study other forms of dance at that age?
Ballroom was the dance, yes. I started with ballroom, and I think that was already I had no choice. I knew that it's something I want to do my whole life. I want to be a dancer, professional dancer, and I didn't really pay attention to anything else. Unfortunately, I wish I was more interested in other things, because I remember in school, our voice teacher, she was like, you actually have a voice. Maybe you should participate in our classes, of school. And I said, no, if I do that, then it will take me away from my dance, and I don't want that. I want to be the best in dance.
You were focused at a young age.
Yes.
Can you still sing a bit? A little?
A little, yeah.
That's good. Hey, if Broadway's ever calling, you have to carry a tune. So
yes. No, I love singing.
That's such a good thing to have. It's such a good skill. Did you start competing very young too?
I started after 1 month of training. And I don't know how it happened.
Wait, after a month of training, they had
Yes.
you competing?
Yes,
That seems
it's
crazy
very
to me.
crazy. Yes, well, when I turned 6, right, I entered the classes and I started taking classes, but it was like a beginners classes. And my older sister, her name is Irina. She was already like an like advanced, next level group. And my mom told me one day, she's like, "Oh, there is a boy in Irina's group who needs a partner." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And because before in the beginner class, you don't dance with the boys yet. So
Right, you learn the basics and you get
Yes.
through that first.
you like point your feet and keep in frame.
Yes,
and
arms.
count.
Yeah.
In line, and it's cute. So, but then I jumped in and I was like, yes, I want to dance with this boy. And after 1 month, because he was already experienced, he already participated in the competitions, and I was really, really happy to have this opportunity. And since then, I knew that I want to dance with a partner. I want to like all of the experience ballroom dance can give you. And after 1 month, we compete, and I remember it was like a small competition, but maybe 21 couple, like a quarterfinal, and we finished 7, like right after the final, like. Was 6 couples in the final, and we got
Just outside of.
outside. Yes,
But you placed 7th in your very first competition. That's pretty good. Your mom must have been like, okay, all right, we've got a career starting here.
yes. I think my mom she already knew even when I was waiting for that time to happen. And I was upset because you don't get to be in the final. I want to be in the final, but since I was already in love with the whole process, being at the competition, makeup, dressing, like having beautiful dress and all the hair. Because my mom, she would love to do like a big hair situation. Like we would be
Hair situation, I
Hair
love that. It's a
situation.
hair situation, and you're
I would be in a
6.
chair, sitting and in front of the mirror, and she would pull my hair, and my eyes would be like this because that's how
I
tight.
was pulling really tight. Yes.
Yes, and then I would have like a big flower in my head, like another head, like that size of my head, and I would have my red lipstick. Like it was very adorable, and I knew already that this is how it feels, and I didn't. I was really upset, but I didn't cry. I said, "When is the next competition?"
You're competitive, aren't you?
Yes.
Do you still have that competitive spirit in you as an adult?
Yes.
Yes, I think you're born with it. I'm very competitive, and see, and I was gonna say maybe it's birth order because I'm the oldest in my family. But are you the youngest, or
I'm younger,
You're
yeah.
younger than your sister, so there's no one behind you. There's just 2 of
No.
you. So it's just I just think it's something that you have. Like you're born with it, and you're like I want to win.
Absolutely.
I don't know where it comes from though.
You have to ask for attention. You need it.
You want to be the best.
You want to be the best. Yes. I not necessarily want to be better than my sister. We like very good friends, but I remember times where me and her will be in the same competitions,
That's tough.
dancing against each other. Well, it was maybe few times. So it was interesting because I was always looking after like she was the one who started dance, and then I would be can we dance, because she already knew the moves, and I would just watch them, and then at home I'll be asking her to practice with me and teach me some.
You had someone to look up to. That's kind of nice. Yeah, and if she knew more steps than you, you're like, I want to learn those too. Does she still dance today?
She lives in Florida, in Naples, and she has her own dance studio.
I love that. I love that. When did you come to the United States?
I came in 2006.
Oh, so you haven't been here. I mean, you've been here over a decade now, but
Yes. I'm an OG.
You're an OG. I love that. We love that. Where did you go? A lot of people I find oftentimes come from Russia and then they come to New York City. Did you wind up in New York City?
Yes.
I'm finding that this is the path that a lot of people take.
I see that, yes, because that time, like 2000, that time, Dancing with the Stars just started, and most of the dancers were still in New York.
A lot of them were doing Burn the Floor at certain points. There were a lot of studios too.
Yes. All the competition world were in New York because it's easy to travel to England, and main competitions are in England. So you need to be really, like, it's better to be in New York, because right now I think maybe it's different. It's changed, but although still, it's I think New York is more for competition.
The competition world is definitely
world,
there.
yes.
Yeah, and it seems like the commercial dance world, everyone gravitates like over here. And you competed quite a bit. What was your favorite aspect of competition when you were, really doing it hardcore?
Preparation. I enjoyed the process. I remember feeling satisfied where you have your routine ready, because you don't do different steps. You only have 5 dances with the same choreography, and over like maybe years, for 2 years, you sometimes don't change your choreography. You maybe add something, but it's like most of the repertoire, you already have it. So you and your dance partner work together every day, and my favorite part was to see the improvement. That my technique, I would always spend a lot of times to like polish my rumba walk and lock steps, cha-cha lock steps, and I would enjoy it. I would enjoy it because I knew that having a good legs, good feet, and musicality, and being good at something, because competition is very stressful. The process of being at a competition, you had to start early, and sometimes you go through a lot of rounds. You need to have a good stamina, so you build your stamina every day by practicing every day.
Yeah, and keeping it fresh, because if you're doing the same routine for maybe 2 years, you have to make sure you're not getting bored. Like, how are you keeping yourself creatively inspired too? That's important. So you have to create challenges for yourself, I imagine.
Yes, those challenges will be rotate your hip more or extend your leg more. Like it's within your own body, and maybe do the maybe some like it's very technical. It's all about technique.
Right.
You don't get much, like you said, you don't get much creativity. That's why I feel what I was missing then.
Was the creativity at a
Yes.
certain point. Did you have a favorite competition that you loved to attend and compete at?
I loved competition in Florida. It's a national competition in Orlando. It's a good one because you feel like you're on vacation
I like
at the
that.
same time.
Did you get to see the beach? Because you guys are in a hotel ballroom for a lot of hours.
No, but the hotel usually is beautiful, and you're able to be by the pool and talk to other
The hotel
dancers.
is beautiful. I love that.
No, you have to enjoy what you have.
Yes.
But the atmosphere is amazing because it's national. It's U.S. Open, where other people can, from all over the world, dancers would come, and you can see friends who you haven't seen for years, and it's exciting. Yes,
That's fun.
absolutely.
At what point did you come out to Los Angeles? Because I know that idea was percolating in you. You're like, I need a little bit more creativity. Where you're like, I'm going to leave New York City, or did an opportunity bring you to Los Angeles?
It was random because, well, it's several things happen where I didn't have a dance partner, and then I had a dance partner with whom I decided that we danced before in New York, but then he was not able to come back to America. He was in Russia with his visa being canceled, so he had to wait. And then when he got back, we actually started dancing again, and we decided to try Los Angeles.
Oh, wow. So you came out for that. And so when you came out here, were you setting your eyes on some of the dance shows? I know you've auditioned for So You Think You Can Dance before. Was that right around the time when you started auditioning for So You Think?
No, we were dancing and competing. Our result didn't, we didn't have a good result. And I think our relationship was not very well. Like we were fighting and it felt just not right.
Yes.
It was not very positive partnership.
Well, and that's, I mean, that's what's so important in ballroom. Like your dance relationship is almost as important as, you know, your personal relationships. And if you're not getting along on the dance floor, in the dance studio, you're spending so much time with this person. It's a really big deal. Yeah,
absolutely. You have to be married to this person almost, but we was just dance partners and didn't really enjoy each other company outside, and even on the dance floor we were fighting. So at some point I knew that it's not enjoyable for me, and he also felt the same way. And then I had another partner with who I actually auditioned for So You Think You Can Dance. Yes.
So your first season auditioning was season 10?
I believe so, yes.
Yes,
I think
10.
so.
How did that first season go with the auditions?
Since I was still at the competition world, I went to audition just to try. I didn't know what it's going to look like, I feel like, and we killed it. We killed the LA audition, and he didn't want to audition. I'm the one who did, and he was just there for me, dancing with me. And then we had a Moldovan championship, so I didn't have time to prepare for Vegas week, because between LA audition and Vegas week I had this national, like Moldovan national competition. I had to go because he was from Moldova, and we went there to dance.
That's amazing.
So instead of preparing and take hip hop classes,
the old hip hop class, the one that kills the ballroom dancers every time.
Yes, I know.
It's hard. It's really hard. Listen, I'm the worst hip hop dancer you will ever meet. So trust me, I understand. I am the worst. I promise you.
But you probably love it. At the same time.
I do, but it's more like I'm making fun of myself because it's so funny to watch me in a mirror try and do hip hop dance. It's okay though. Everyone has their weakness. That hip hop is mine.
I try. Like for the Today Show or for Upfront show we did for World of Dance.
Yes.
Derek was teaching his piece he did with other dancers, and I tried to learn that choreography when he does like a tapping and a little bit of like a tribal kind of, like, you know,
yeah, a little African feel. Yeah,
exactly. So I wanted to see how it feels, and of course it actually felt good. I really inspired by Derek's doing that, because I believe I can do it too, but it's just gonna take time. But
yeah, it's expanding
absolutely.
your vocabulary as a dancer. That's all it is, and it's just you have to commit to it, and if you're open-minded about it,
yes,
that's the good thing. So how far did you make it in Vegas week in season 10? Did you, because that first round is usually nappy tabs. Often it is.
That was the wow moment for me, where I realized that I need to learn so much if I want to be a dancer, because
especially here in LA. Yeah.
Yes. And I didn't really want to, like, I didn't know if I want to be a commercial dancer and working in Los Angeles. I still wanted to compete, but I think when I experienced that failure for myself, I felt I'm not good on learning choreography. I wanna do it. I wanna try. I wanna like, when I got caught on the nappy tabs.
I was like, it's always nappy tabs, and just people are like, ah.
I remember being there learning that crazy choreography they were given, like for 1 hour. On 1 hour you have to learn 1.5 minutes choreography.
Yeah, and then perform it.
And I was looking around, and I was like watching others learning it, and they were like all doing it and repeating and memorizing, and I was like, oh no, this is bad. I'm really bad.
But that is also a skill, and I think a lot of people don't realize that being able to pick up choreography that quickly, and then getting out there and giving a performance, even if it's not your best and your cleanest, but giving a performance that will make them notice you, that is a skill. And you have to develop it. It's not easy.
I tried to give a performance, but I didn't remember any steps, so I had to like,
Hey.
and I remember Jeff Tucker.
Jeff Thacker, yep.
Before my group, he was like, do you have enough air? Are you breathing? Because I was probably very stressed and looked stressed.
You were like purple. It was like, I don't want you to faint on my show, please. Please don't. Oh my goodness. When did we meet? Did we meet after season 12 or after season 10?
Yes, after season 12.
Okay, so did you audition for season 11 or you just went and auditioned?
No. When after the first failure, right?
Oh no, it's a learning experience. It's not a failure
no,
because
I'm
everything
making
gets
fun
you.
of
I know
myself.
everything gets you here. You're good. I'm not worried about you.
I realized that I don't want to do competitions anymore because I want to be good at other things. I want to perform on stage and learn whatever I can learn. I want to learn, and I met my dance partner Jordy Cabalto.
Jordy Cabalto. Well, we have a photo of him, I believe.
Okay.
Yes, Jordy. Because he's been pretty influential. That would be Chris Scott. There's Jordy. That's you and Jordy together. There we go.
Jordy is my mentor. He is an amazing person who helped me a lot in my dance career. He's the one who taught me how to do all the crazy tricks, lifts, and tango. So he was the one who opened up to all different worlds.
Yeah, he kind of took your career to like that next level that you needed, I think. You had not studied tango before that?
Not Argentine
Not
tango.
Argentine tango, because
It's very different.
so different. And we even see that on, I would say, like on a level 1 on Dancing with the Stars, because they will do an Argentine tango and they'll do an American tango. But the intricacies of Argentine tango are totally different.
Absolutely. The embrace is different. Like you have to be, your body weight position is different and the music is different. And for women, it's challenging because you really, really depend of your partner, and your partner has to be very good.
The footwork is always something that I focus in on Argentine tango, of just like, how many times do you kick someone in the shin during practice when you're really, I mean, when you're on a beginner level. I'm not talking about advanced level, but you know what I mean? Like getting that timing down is very important.
Timing, yes, and angles, because your position in
It
a
matters.
certain way. You don't want to kick someone and hurt.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
yeah.
Now, how you guys have performed quite a bit. I know you guys wound up doing Gilmore Girls, the reboot, didn't you? Because I was a little jealous about that, you with Jordy, because I was obsessed with Gilmore Girls. So being on that set, I was a little bit like, really? No, of course I wasn't going to be on there doing an Argentine tango, but what a cool experience, because it's such a pop culture moment.
It is, and I haven't seen the show before I did the movie. And Marguerite Derek, she's the one who choreographed that piece, and she's absolutely amazing choreographer. And she hired a lot of amazing dancers who you know, of course.
Yes,
and,
I know Artem was in there.
Artem and Brittany.
Brittany, that's right, Brittany Cherry.
And we were dancing on a table.
No challenge at all. How big was the table though? Was it? I feel like it was. Was it longer versus wider?
It was like same. It was square.
It was square. Okay, so that
Yes.
makes sense.
It was very steady. It was very comfortable, actually. Like good.
Did you feel like you had enough room to move on that, or were you very contained in your movement?
Maybe a little bit, because Jordy's tall, and
Right.
For him probably he felt more challenge, but he has such a good control, so I felt safe.
That's good. Is he over 6 feet? Because he is. I do recall him being pretty tall when I've seen him in person.
6'1", I think.
6'1". Yeah, he's really, really tall. That's amazing. So he really took you to this next level, and I know you've done tons of work with him. Is he the one who introduced you to Derek Hough?
No. Derek Hough and we met through Oksana Platera.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yes.
So it was Oksana. Now, was it just in a social setting that you met him, or was it something that in a work?
One day I received a text saying that, "Hey, this is Derek Hough."
Wait. You get a text that says, "Hey, this is Derek Hough."
Yes, exactly.
Did you faint a little? Because I think I would if someone was like, "Hey, this is Derek Hough," and I'd be like, "Are you serious? Who's joking?"
I had a friend with me in the room, and I remember I received a text, and I look at it, and I'm like, I had face on me, and she was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I just received a text from Derek Hough. He's looking for a dance partner for a project." So basically he said, "Someone told me that you are amazing, incredible tango dancer. I am I'm creating a new project, and I need a dance partner."
That's a great recommendation from Oksana Platero.
Oksana,
I
yes.
love
Thank
them
you,
too.
Oksana.
And I can't tell this story right now, but I have this amazing story to tell about Oksana and Jonathan at some point. So you guys, I'm just putting it out there now. You guys remind me when we get further along into the So You Think You Can Dance season for season 15, because it's so good. And because I love them so much.
I might know the story.
You might know the story. And I also just want to say that I just like to spread great stories about dancers in this industry, because referrals like this, like, look at how it's amazing, it's game changing, it's giving too. Instead of being like, well, I can tango or whatever, you have to be like, I have someone who can do this project.
Yes, absolutely. Because I remember I saw her and told her how like grateful I am. Thank you so much. And she was like, "Yeah, I saw you on Gilmore Girls, killing it. And when Derek came to me, I like you're perfect for this." And how beautiful. I just always appreciate when we all help each other.
That's
and
right. We
as a
need to in this
community,
industry. Yeah.
yes, in terms of being like jealous, and I don't know.
Yeah, and that's not.
I'm good. I don't care about you. No, it's
well,
good to share.
there is some selfish elements in this industry, and we've all seen it. We've all experienced it. We've probably all been on the selfish side at one point or another. But I think like the more you're giving, the more that comes back to you. So if you pay it forward and get someone else a job, like something comes back to you. And I'm sure like for Oksana, it's paid off in spades for her as well.
That was the time. That was the year when she booked Strictly Come Dancing.
There you go.
I felt like universe just all created.
It all created
beautiful
opportunity.
things.
She had an incredible season with Judge Rinder on that series.
She is a beautiful dancer.
She is.
Like I loved her back when we were competing, because we would compete against each other. And when she had the opportunity to be on Dancing with the Stars, I saw her, and she was amazing. And I wish she would be there, like as a professional. And then her story is very nice too. So
yeah, we've had her here. She's
like
incredible. I love Oksana, and I love Jonathan too. I think that they're a great dance team. Yeah,
great people.
They really
very genuine,
solid people. Let's get back to Derek, because what project was it that he invited you to participate in?
That was the Cairo.
Yeah,
A music video with Lindsay Sterling.
Lindsay Sterling. Can you imagine? This is so the first time you work with Derek is with Cairo. Come on. That's incredible. That's a beautiful. I watched it again this morning, and it's such a beautiful piece of work. It really is. Musically, visually, dance-wise, and the choreography.
Yes, Derek is a master of what he's so amazing in everything he does. And I think his vision is so unique, and there's nothing like anything he does, whatever he does is really, really good. He has a good ear, he has that musicality, and then he plays drums, and then he can see everything, like he can absorb and have a beautiful vision in terms of like what this moment has to happen, this moment. And I think working with him, for me, I learned so much because he's not just a great dancer and choreographer.
He's got a director's eye as well.
Yes, director's eye.
One thing I want to say about him too, what I do appreciate, he's always willing to stretch himself as an artist, because let's be honest, he could sit there and be on Dancing with the Stars and just have them back up the Brinks truck, and ABC would pay him a bunch of money, and he could do the same thing twice a year over and over again. Or he could go out and, do World of Dance, do a solo tour, which is an incredible risk. And I just really appreciate that because he's constantly going out there to try and discover new things and new sides of himself, which a lot of us, we get stuck in a little, box and we're like, oh, I'm too afraid to try this. But if we try this, like, look at the opportunities and how far you grow as a person.
Absolutely. We like from that collaboration video we did, it went to a special performance on Dancing with the Stars.
Emmy nominated, we should say, too, is very important to mention.
Which got Emmy nomination, and it was just a beautiful experience which starts from that collaboration, the first one. And after we were doing a performance on Emmys, the choreographers
yes.
event.
So yeah, so just so everyone knows too, so the choreographers event, when they established the choreographers branch at the TV Academy, they did a performance. I think a lot of you saw it because they put it online. It's what does a choreographer do? It was assembled by Mandy Moore. It was an incredible night, and you guys were there, of course, on the red carpet. That was fun because he was like flipping you all around too, and it was raining that night. It was amazing.
Yeah, I told him, let's do the flip, and he's like, really? Do you have a proper underwear?
What is your undergarment situation? Because
undergarment, yes. I'm like, yes, don't worry.
You're like, I'm not gonna have an unladylike moment with all this press here. But what a cool moment too. It was really fun to watch everyone, like, watch you flipping on the red carpet.
Yeah, it was amazing.
But this really was the start of a quite a wonderful partnership. Mm-hmm. What is it about him that, like, in terms of your partnership, like working together in the studio, is it easy? Do you guys bounce ideas off of each other? Like, how does that work?
So easy. I don't know. It's like natural, very organic. Mm-hmm. He already have some ideas when he comes to studio, and I'm just there for him. I just wanted to sense what exactly he's thinking and give it like the way he needs it. I'm listening. I think being a female dancer, when you dance with a partner, the big part of it to be able to listen and follow. So I learned from my experience that less is more, and sometimes I never try to like give him ideas because I want to see what's on his mind first, and then if I see there is a perfect opportunity to do some turn, to do some footwork, something he would not necessarily know from like a female point, I would show it to him. Yeah.
So it's kind of a balance, like he presents what he's doing, and then you're like, okay, here's an opportunity because there might be a nice little moment that I can contribute to. That's great. I love that too, because then it's like it feels, even if he's the lead choreographer, it still feels collaborative. It feels like a team effort all the time.
Absolutely, yes, because he can't we like in the competition world, we need a third eye. That's why we all have coaches, because it's important to see someone to be there and help us. Here it's him choreographing, but at the same time we film and we look from outside, and then if I know that there is like a perfect opportunity for me to do band or double turn or triple turn, I'll definitely go for it, because I also wanted to look great, and he wants me to look great, because it's gonna both of us look great.
Well, that's it. That's it. And I think that that's a really important thing when everyone feels like a part of the process. Mm-hmm. You're even more invested. Obviously you're there to do a job, but you're like, your heart is so in it. You're like, I want this to look great for Derek. Like I imagine, like, being on the Today Show, you guys all wanted it to just be as perfect as possible, because you sit there and you think, this is a really big moment for him. Like, he's going out on tour and he is the solo artist. This is a big deal.
Absolutely. All of us, because we had other dancers, for the girls who did the other choreography, and me, we were like, Derek, we're there for you, because it's important moment for him, because it's a lot of pressure too. It's a lot of pressure, and I was like, keep telling him anytime he want me to just do another rehearsal, I was there if he wants to do the trick, because sometimes when you get nervous, you just want to repeat. And
Yes,
it's
and get that adrenaline out. Sometimes you need to
Adrenaline,
get the I think the shaky part of the adrenaline out. If you can just be like, great, I got that under my belt, and now I'm still nervous, but I feel centered. You need to feel centered. Because live TV it's no joke. It's no joke. It's scary. And you're also working at that Nappy Tabs also helped put that together, didn't they?
yes,
So you've had this wonderful opportunity working with Nappy Tabs. Obviously with World of Dance, you did the promo, you did the upfronts.
Yes, Nappy Tabs are amazing. It's like such an inspiration because, like I said, I've met them on So You Think You Can Dance, and they're the one who I felt like I'm not good enough. But
Isn't it weird how it all comes full circle? Wait, you're thinking, I'm not good enough. I can't do hip hop. I get sent home from Vegas week, and they send you home right away. But you guys, when they're done with you, they're like, here's your ticket. You're going back in an hour. But here you are working on them on a world-class level. This is amazing.
yes, absolutely. I think everything happens for a reason, absolutely. And me having that experience in Vegas where I was not good at that time, and then changing my life from being a competitor dancer and start my performer's career with Jordy was very, very important. And then I learned tango, and then as a tango, Derek didn't call me to do cha-cha-cha.
You're right. And you're like, I can do that, but...
And I'm a ballroom dancer.
Yeah, you're like, that's my foundation.
That's what
But
I've
he
done.
knew he called you for tango.
Yes. But because I also have a ballroom foundation, we speak same language. So that allows us to really work together very well.
That's incredible when you really think about that, how it all like plays out. And you're like, if I hadn't met Jordy, then I wouldn't have been a tango dancer. I wouldn't have worked with Derek. I wouldn't have worked with Nappy Tabs again. Really, I mean, if you think about this, like how the universe directs you in the direction you're supposed to go.
Yes, it's unbelievable. I always I see myself as an example, but also other people. When I look around, there's so many stories.
Yeah, there are. And, a lot of people have shared them here. And I think it's important for young dancers to hear it too, because I think sometimes they get into this mindset of like, I need to get on World of Dance, or I need to get on So You Think You Can Dance. And that's my entry into the commercial dance world. But you can go and have that goal, and that's good. But if it doesn't work out that way, see what the open door is, because there is an open door and there's a lesson here. And what are you taking from that lesson? And I mean, you've run with those lessons. That's amazing.
When I auditioned second time for So You Think You Can Dance,
Which was season 12, correct?
yes, season 12, I was more prepared. I took it was a street verse stage, and I represented the stage team. And Paula Abdul was one of the judges.
I love Paula.
I love her. So she was very supportive. She said, you are an amazing dancer. I want you to know that. But unfortunately, this season, we only need 10 stage dancers. And unfortunately, we don't have a spot for you.
How far down the line did you make it? Did you make it to Green Mile?
Almost, yeah.
Almost.
That was before Green Mile.
One round before Green Mile. Jeez.
But it felt good because I knew I've done everything.
That's right. You were like, I did my job as a dancer and as a person to get myself here, which I think is good too. I think sometimes, I was talking about this last week because a lot of people were questioning why Eva Igo came back to World of Dance for a second season. And I saw her last Thursday. I was talking with her, and she was talking about, I am going to have no what ifs. No matter what happens on this season, I have no questions. And she's like, I'll always have the beauty of season 1 no matter what. So I think for her, like, it was just making sure that like she wasn't at home watching everyone on TV in season 2 thinking, wait a minute, like, should I have done this or should I not have done this? And I think that that's a great opportunity.
Absolutely. She followed her heart, and that's beautiful because I remember I was in New York, and it was a moment when Sasha Farber called me to do Burn the Floor. They were in New York on Broadway, and I had an ad on the website, Danceport Info, for dancers who I was looking for a dance partner. Instead of dance partner for competition, he called me and he said, we on Broadway right now. We have our last show today. We're leaving for a world tour, and I need a partner. And I came. I came to audition, but it was like a tryout.
Right.
And I met Jason Gillickson, and Sharna was the captain at that time.
I love it. Sharna was the dance captain for On the Floor at the time.
Yes.
That's great.
And she showed me the choreography, and we tried, and it felt very good and easy, but I was not ready to switch my career because at that time I had such a good opportunities in the ballroom world. We were fourth in national championship, and then my partner was in Russia, and I had to look for another partner. But I knew that if I go away on the road for like 6 months,
knocks you down on
Yes.
the ranks for competition.
Exactly, and I didn't want to do it at that time. That's how committed I was to that idea to be a champion.
Do you look back on not taking that job?
Sometimes, well,
I
not
mean, it's
anymore.
fine now, but I mean,
Yes.
maybe like a year later or something, and
After a few years, when I moved to LA and I tried So You Think You Can Dance, and I realized that I wanted to do shows and performance work, I felt like, wow, I had this amazing opportunity, and now Sharna, Sasha, they all on Dancing with the Stars,
Yes.
and very successful, and I just starting my journey.
yeah, and you feel like sometimes I think we feel like we're behind all the time. I mean, I think about this sometimes. I'm like, I wish I was like 10 years younger because like I could just do all this extra stuff. But then I'm like, at the same time, I'm like, your journey is your journey, and we have to remember that.
But going back to what you said about that young dancer,
Eva Igo, yes.
Yes. So I felt at that time, I followed my heart, and I felt that I really need more time on the dance floor as a competitor because I want to be the best I can be. And it was also a moment where I knew that I don't need to compete anymore, that I'm good. Now I want to perform, and I knew that my Roomba walk is probably the best I can do, and I knew that other things are there, and now I need to develop my performance. But at that time it was too early and I wasn't ready. And
it's like everything is supposed to play out when it's supposed to play out, and you can do the what ifs, but at the same time I'm like, you know, all you're doing is like chasing yourself in a circle because you didn't make that decision. You went in a different direction and it got you here today, which is amazing.
Amazing.
It really is. It's an incredible story. One other person I really want to mention, because I adore her and I know you do too, is Doriana Sanchez.
Yes.
We love Dory. How did you meet Dory?
Last year, at the end of the So You Think You Can Dance.
Wait, that was the first time you met her? Was the end of season 14?
Yes.
I didn't know that. I thought you guys had been friends for a long time.
No. Wow. I feel like I know Doriana for many years too. Like I feel like we've been friends forever.
Yeah, she's one of those people that you like, how did I not have Dory in my life before this?
Doriana and I think like we are soul sisters. We both Pisces, and we clicked immediately. My agent Lisa, GTA, Lisa and Terry.
Go to Talent Agency.
Yes.
We love Lisa over here. She's been
Lisa.
very good to this show.
And thanks to Lisa, I'm here today because she's the one who reached out to you.
Yep. And I was like, funny thing, everyone's sliding into my DMs.
So she contacted me and she said, are you available for that job? Doriana Sanchez wants you to assist her on So You Think You Can Dance. And I was already assisting that week Sasha Farber.
Yes.
Going back to that
I know.
story.
So here we go. More relationships that you've had for over a decade and friendships.
I said, if we can manage this together, if I can work with Sasha and Doriana, of course, I would. That's amazing. And she reached out to Jeff Tucker, and they managed my schedule and their schedule, and it worked out perfectly.
And you had that that was the Coco or Koine, you guys know her, Koine,
Yeah.
and Lex. that really hard disco. Okay, well, let's just be honest. Every Doriana disco number is hard, but this one, Lex was having some shoulder problems at that time. And so it was a brutal week. It just was tough. Everyone was tired at that point.
The end of the show, it was like almost the finale, right?
I think it was like the week before the performance finale. So maybe like the top 5 or something.
Yes, they were all like exhausted. And I felt bad because I saw that it too much. It was a lot. And I worked with Lex, with Sasha and Gabby. So from our rehearsal, Doriana rehearsal, I would see him 1 hour later with Sasha.
Oh, gosh.
Doing another rehearsal.
Yeah.
And doing lifts.
Yeah, it was. He had only lifts that week. It was brutal on him. I remember I was sitting in the audience that particular show. I think I've told you guys before. Sometimes I'm in the press room. Sometimes they have an extra ticket for me. And he literally, like when he went off after that Dory number, he went off to like the side. There's a small curtain over there, and you could see he was in pain. And Lex he was always even keeled. We saw that all season long. You know, he wasn't someone that was like crazy and excitable, but he wasn't ever someone that was down. He was just really focused. And I was like, he's got some pain going on right now. It was hard to watch, actually.
He was in pain. He would never say that, but you can tell. I think his personality, he's Japanese, and Coco as well. So they were like, we are so focused.
We're 100% here. We're 100% committed. And that part was really amazing. I mean,
so beautiful to work with them. And now I see how amazing they do. And Coco did the ballroom with Max and Val, and I met her because I was helping Chris Scott to choreograph a tango piece for Val, and actually it was
for the MVP live tour.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. So I saw her there, and she was killing it. Yes, amazing.
Yeah, she's someone that's been very, very versatile and I'm really impressed with what she's done post-show. And for guys, we're not even like a year out. I mean, they didn't start the live shows, I think, until late July, early August last year. So it's amazing to see her success. I really feel like the top 4 last year was, I mean, the whole top 10 was amazing, but the top 4, like, I just feel like everywhere I turn, they're working, they're showing up here. They're at, Dancer Palooza coming up this summer. They're on tour. They're with Shaping Sound. It's impressive to watch. That's what I love too.
Impressive. That's why I love So You Think You Can Dance.
Yes.
And I really wanted to work more with them.
It's my happy bubble. I love it there. I'm so excited for live shows. I'm like, when is August 6th coming? For you, I know you can't officially say what's happening with the tour or anything like that, but there are some things that fans can definitely look out for because they're coming up soon and things like that. So what can you tease for us?
Well, there is another TV appearance, another performance of Derek and I, where we're gonna dance. Just stay tuned.
It'll be coming.
Yes.
But you did tape it when you were in New York. Just saying. I'll throw it out there. But that's really exciting. And I know that you've got a really exciting year ahead of you too. So not only summer, but more ahead. What do you want to accomplish, do you think, in the next year or so? Because I think that this is a big moment for you.
I want to keep the creative flow because I'm such a creative person. I also do dance costumes and fashion, and I'm going to launch my first collection, which call Freedom Couture.
Freedom Couture, I love it. So what can we expect from Freedom Couture? Dresses? Do you have a style that you have set in mind?
Yes, lots of dresses, and it's where you feel like a couture, but you feel very comfortable and easy to wear. Yes, you feel the best. You feel like you are, because I've been on stage pretty much all my life, and it's like you want to feel like you're a performer. You all feel amazing, but at the same time you can wear it on the street.
Yes. Like it's all that day to night. Like you just look amazing. I always say pockets. If my dress has pockets, I'm the happiest girl in the world.
Point taken.
Yep. I was like, that is my one note. Give me pockets.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I'm so excited for you. And guys, I don't even think we talked about how you and I met. We met at like a Screen Actors Guild like panel or something. And she came up to me and she's like, "Are you Kristian?" And I was like, "Yes." She had watched our AfterBuzz show for So You Think You Can Dance, which I always feel like nobody watches, and then people would be like, "We watch." So that was really fun, and I was like, "Look at that! A friendship started after all that."
Yes, absolutely.
And that one moment during season 12. Well, thank you for coming here. I so appreciate it. Where can everyone find you online? Thank you.
You can find me. My Instagram is Kat Fedosova, and my Twitter is Kat Fedosova as well. And my design website is EkaterinaFedosova.com. And I have an Instagram page, which is Kat Fedosova Fashion.
You just, you know what, Google Kat Fedosova, it'll all pop up. That's what's going to happen. All right, you guys, we are going to have a great show next week as well. We're going to go into World of Dance. We have got B-Dash and Concrete coming here, talking about their season. I'm so excited about this. So come back and join us. And thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you all next week.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.